Today, before it rains, I'm going to try to talk about surrogate husband sons, kind of what that means, and how they try to make me one when I got back in contact with my family. And I go into that as my past a little bit later, but right now I'm going to talk a little bit about my brother once again. Now, he's a surrogate husband son of my mother. And if you understand that dynamic, you understand the concept of the triangulation, especially when you have 3 children. It seems like there's always the same dynamic. You have a black sheep, you have a golden child, you have an ignored one. And that can be decided on birth order, whatever arbitrary means they use to choose it. I was ignored one because I was so traumatized by the screaming, the beatings, that I would just hide or just keep my mouth shut at all times. Matter of fact, I had to go to speech therapy because in 2nd grade, because people couldn't understand me when I did speak, because I kept quiet so much. When they had this golden child, like my brother, the mother maintains all, basically the emotional needs, the things you would share with a spouse, a wife. Well, that's what he's been trained to share with her. So he doesn't need that from another woman. Hence, he never got married, never had children. Not only that, he just needs hookups. But it's also interesting because my mother was actually encouraging him to just get prostitutes. That makes sense. That's a good idea. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, he's supposedly a virtuous Jehovah's Witness. So she knows because of that, you go nowhere. Hell, might get STDs, whatever. Makes her better than him. She doesn't. Like when my mother tried to sabotage my relationship with my second wife, another very malignant narcissist. I didn't find out till a couple years later, maybe even longer than that, when my mother came to visit us. She had told her that I cheated on my first wife with prostitutes. A big, big lie. And to try to tell her I was in diapers till the age of 6. Another lie. What happened back then was I started bedwetting at the age of 6. I was probably potty trained at the age of 3. But that's a sign of, if you look at NCBI, you'll understand that in fact there is a correlation with the high anxiety, stress, and there's a type of households they said if that's happening, it really needs to be investigated if there's child abuse going on, which there was. They also try to make sure that son is ill-prepared to handle the world. So what they do with that is they're not encouraged to succeed. They're not pushed to go anywhere. They're not made to be ambitious. My father, also being a narcissist, would have my brother live with him and just have them driving the Hooters every night and they get smashed. Go home. All the way up until my father died. My brother, during that time, didn't gain any skill sets, didn't get into college, didn't do anything. Just looked the part, It's interesting. See, they do this so you have to rely on them because they know you're going to fail in the world. And you probably have to come to the money or something else. That way they always have you. Your second husband's son to a mother is a man that will never leave her. It turns out, we feel based on my brother's build and whatnot, that he's actually my uncle's son. It might be the man that my mother cheated on my father with. He may just have found out about it when I was a young teenager. So that's when my mother left. She took my older brother and they left. He was the black sheep. And me and my brother, of course, stayed with my father and saw my mother on the weekends. My father's really weird and strict, but he wouldn't let me do my homework. He said my grades are too high. I wasn't spending enough family time with him and Jeremiah, getting drunk watching the games instead of doing my homework and studies because I was trying to get in the top 10 in my class. But needless to say, not doing homework and AP classes, I didn't do very well. And I fell back to 22nd in my class. I out of 428. Not bad still, but still. And then I would get no help for college or trying to get in or anything else. The Jehovah's Witnesses are trying to discourage me. See, a surrogate mother also does not want her son to have degrees higher than hers. Okay, she's better. She has none, so last thing she wants that. So they push for the trades. Surrogate mothers do all the time because that way they feel they're better than you. So when I was doing well for myself working at Commanda in engineering, hardly ever wanted to have a word with me. Things went south. Oh yeah, well, she's there now, but for the wrong reasons. Hey, so they're there to encourage this failure, and when they get you to fail, you come back to them. Now, some other things I was going to mention is also when I was successful, like I got a academic award, National Merit Scholarship Award, handed to me by the mayor, and the family I had an audience. I talked to my brother and showing up. So after that, I said I promised to take you out downtown, hang out. So he showed up, and that was it. Track meets, they weren't there. My father was there. If I didn't win, he wouldn't be in the stands because I embarrassed the family. But if he did succeed, when I graduated from University of North Georgia, no, they don't go to graduations either. In fact, when I did graduate from high school, I was surprised my mother went. Mother and my brother. They went there. That one time, but I remember my mother saying, "I'm surprised you even graduated," because they will invalidate everything you do. They will not allow you to have your own identity. My older brother some messed up. He took on a Cowboys identity named Wally that we knew, almost like a father figure to him in some ways, but his mannerisms, his sayings, his words, his day, he pretends that's who he is. So he decided that's the mask he's going to wear. My brother always tells me he should be an actor because he's such a great actor, because he does it all the time. He's not kidding. They do it all the time. These masks are what they wear to hide whatever shame they had. So when my mother set him up with her sister, and she gave him a hand job when he was 13. No kidding. My mother pretends to be asleep, and see, because you see these stories over and over, she knows on purpose. Plus, we knew that she had done it to our cousins, Eddie and Danny. Danny spent better part of 30 years in Attica prison. Eddie's in and out of homelessness. Can't keep a job hardly. As mother's most of the time. He's 56. So this is what they do. You know them by the fruits of their labor, and we can see what happened to them. If I hadn't spent so many years away from my family, years in the Navy, I gotta get away, and I had all my successes when I was never around my family. So I got one more to get rid of, and that's it, and I'm free. So wish me luck in these hard times as it is, and my name is Brian, and thank you for listening. I appreciate it. And share some of your stories and what you think if someone tried to make you a surrogate husband, son, and find out if any of this has resonance with you. Anyways, thanks for listening, and tell me if you like it.